Hey guys, MC Mura here, and today we're gonna talk about Terry, how Terry clawed his ways into the top tier. And Terry, I think in this batch is a very strong character. If you're watching a lot of the Capcom Pro Tour events, if you're watching Street Fighter League, if you're watching top players stream, or if you're even just playing the game, you will notice that Terry is doing very well right now. But this is not how things started for Terry when he first came out. I want to give a very special shout out to Debwick at the C Viper Discord, because I was discussing Terry with him, the Viper Terry matchup, and he told me why not talk about how Terry became really strong, and I figured, yeah, it makes for a cool video. This wasn't the case when Terry first started. When Terry first came out, believe it or not, this was a tier list made by Mago. And Mago is a huge Terry fanboy, by the way, right? He put Terry as the worst character in the game, which was crazy back then. I remember, I even talked about it, like how there is no way a character with a crouching medium kick drive rush is bottom tier, but he did, and this was a real thing. Even here you have a video by cr.MK where he's talking about like Tokido's interpretations on it. I'm gonna leave the video to that in the pinned comment so you can take a look at it. But I wanna give credits to one man who I think is far ahead of the curve on all Street Fighter 6 players, and I don't think he's the greatest Street Fighter. For me, it's him or Mena, and that is Leshar, right? Leshar is so far ahead of the curve. Like, he's outstanding. Remember when he used to play Chun-Li in Season 1, and then after Capcom Comp he dropped her for Ed, and everyone was like, what? Ed wasn't that hot back then. But he showed us the power of Ed, and early on this season he started playing Terry. He did really well with Terry, and he was one of the first pros to really pick up Terry and do well. And fast forward to today, Terry is highly respected. So what happened? What changed? And how did Terry get that good? Well, obviously Capcom buffed him, right? But what actually happened? Well, let's discuss. So the first thing, and that's the major thing, is that Terry now does a lot more damage compared to his launch version. And it's not damage by numbers. It's not like Uppercut used to do 1100, now it does 1300. No, it's in the fact that Capcom gave him effective damage, better combo routes that serves his game plan. Let me show you an example. So with launch Terry, one of the main combos with him is you do like the heavy tackle and then you get like another special cancel, right? So launch Terry, you either had to go for the heavy burn knuckle, and that give you really good, okay, I'm plus 15, I'm fairly close, I can grab her, whatever. Or I could go for the crack shoot into the uppercut, right? And that was good, but see, the situation here, the post-hit situation isn't that great. There is a lot more pushback. So Terry had to make a good choice. Do I want to go for the Oki? Do I want to go for the corner carry? Or do I want to go for the damage, but then I'm going to have to drive rush? So he had to make a really hard choice, right? It's a choice that you had to consistently make. And typically, unless you're in the corner, most Terry players did this, which 2.1k, that's not that much, right? But later on, Capcom gave Terry a better combo, where now he's able to do that, which he is in your face, point blank, +2, so real throw Oki, and it's almost like 2.5k, which is a really good compromise. He got like 400 more damage, and he's still getting the Oki, which is a lot. Like, that is a really big buff. Another situation that is very common is simply like the overhead situation, where in the prior patch, Terry couldn't really link crouching media punch into standing light kick after. So what he's doing now, he wasn't able to do that before. Before, Terry pretty much had to get like crouching media punch into medium punch charge, which is it, like that's 2k damage. Or you can go for like the medium burn knuckle, right? But now, as you can see, he gets like the full thing, right? 2.7k, which is like 600 extra damage, and that is very practical. And obviously he still gets the Oki, that's great. Another situation is the corner, where now after the power charge, he does like the heavy fireball, and then you can link like medium shoulder, like this bread and butter combo that you do all the time. Prior, you were not able to do the fireball into the shoulder. You had to drive rush. So prior, Terry had to do that. And obviously that means one more drive gauge spent. And one more drive gauge spent means that you're gonna have more difficult time getting to do like the triple geysers and doing all of the combos, right? So this extends to so many other areas, like this combo as well, that was not able to be done before, but now he's able to do it. So he's getting good 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 on every conversion. I obviously depend on the range and what he's getting, right? So he's getting a lot more damage. And Oki. Like every knockdown I just showed you, give him Oki as well. And this simply massively increases the reward that Terry is getting on every hit. And obviously that means a lot. In Street Fighter 6, a game that is very snowbally like that, having good damage and Oki, obviously that is king, right? Now, the second biggest buff that Terry got is simply higher reward confirms. And I'm simply talking about this and that. These two are extremely high reward moves. Let me first start with the Heavy Punch, right? Heavy Punch with Terry is 9 frame startup, it's double hitting, and the move by itself is hit confirmable. Like you can easily hit confirm it into Drive Rush, and now you're getting like full conversions, which is really cool. Or even just like raw confirm it into special if you want, which is good. But what made this really strong is the fact that this move is now not only plus on block, not only hit confirmable, but it's plus on block with an annoying way, because it being +1 means that Terry now effectively have much better chances of shipping at you, and it's very active. It's very likely that you're gonna use it as a meaty, so pretty much Terry knocking you down and drive rushing into it means that let's say that she is gonna block after the first hit. Like it's very practical to do something like this, which means that he's effectively shipping at your drive gauge. And obviously, after that drive rush, I mean, he still obviously gets like a crouching light kick check into jab, into whatever, right? This insanely buffed Terry's knockdown game, right? Standing heavy punch and in pro play and whatever, you're gonna see it all the time. Heavy punches or heavy normals being plus on block isn't that uncommon. Like we have Bison with his evil knee, we have Ryu's solar plexus. There are a number of moves, but the thing with Terry's is that it is decently fast. It's not a move that you can parry on reaction, and because it's double hitting, it is hit confirmable, which is really good. And obviously, if you happen to get the hit, it could be very rewarding as well, right? So that was actually huge. Like this change alone, alongside Terry getting better combos, better damage, and better Oki, meant that Terry now have a much more powerful knockdown and Oki game. He's doing more drive, he's doing more damage, he's buffed in a better situation. Even his post drive rush situation is a lot better because of this one particular buff. +5, and remember Terry have one of the longest crouching medium kicks in the game, and so it's so hard to walk out of his range. That is just super dominant. And speaking of dominant, Terry now have a very dominant mid-range game. So Terry have, I want to say 2 particular moves, let's actually make it 3, that are very dominant in the mid-range, right? You know what, almost actually all of them are very dominant in the mid-range. Let me start first by the standing medium kick for Terry, which obviously is very top tier. Like this is one of the better standing medium kicks in the game. It's only -2, Cammy's is -4, him is only -2, which is great. And as you know, like on a counter hit, you can link like a Buster Wolf after it if you want. It's really good, it's really top tier. The hurt box is much better than say Bison, so it's very good and have a lot of range. And Terry in general, he have above average walk speed, right, which serves him really well. And the crouching medium punch. Terry's crouching medium punch is super good, but here's the thing about this. His crouching medium punch is Luke's standing crouching medium punch from season 1. It's actually busted in disguise. The thing about crouching medium punches in this game is that they typically have really big disjoint. correct, right? So they like knowing this, going into season 3, Capcom nerfed the recovery of a good portion of them, right? Let me actually show you FAT, so we can take a look at this, right? And let's compare it to the other characters and their crouching medium punches, right? So Guile, right? Guile have a crouching medium punch that has 16 frames of recovery, right? Let's pick who? Let's pick Luke, right? Which is, he used to be the GOAT. Luke have 17 frames of recovery, right? Let's pick who? Let's pick Cammy. Cammy have 17 frames of recovery, right? Let's pick Ken. Ken crouching medium punch have 16 frames of recovery, right? So all of these characters have 15, 16, 17 frame recoveries on their crouching medium punches. Terry have 14, and this thing is massively disjointed, right? If we take 3 vs 6 hitboxes, obviously, like if you play the game, you know how good Terry's crouching medium punch is. Like his crouching medium punch is literally disgusting. Right? Massive disjoint where the hitbox extend well past the hurtbox. So the recovery frames on it is great. It's 6 frame startup, which is the fastest like a medium probably is in this game. There are a couple of 5s, but there are like rare exceptions. It's top of the class when it comes to startup of crouching medium punches, and it's 4 frame active. So the frame data on this move and the hitbox are cracked, right? But what makes it so strong is this move as well, which is Terry's medium punch fireball. What makes Terry's medium punch fireball so strong is that it knocks down, right? If it happens to counter it, if it happens to punish counter, it knocks down. And obviously remember, this is a knockdown where afterwards Terry is gonna drive rush heavy punch, so you're getting shipped, right? But I wanna reel back a little bit into crouching medium punch, because if you're playing online, if you're watching tournaments, you probably know how abusable this move is. Because of the frame data, because of the recovery, and even the frame data on block, you simply can spam this move, and it's very difficult for the opponents to take back their turn or with punish. Like say I'm gonna make him do it, right? And I'm gonna make Viper try to take back her turn with a jab, right? Because of the frame data, bam, he's typically getting the punish counter. Let's say that she's gonna try to take back her turn with a crouching medium kick. Unless that crouching medium kick is 7 frames, Terry is actually his second consecutive crouching medium punch, it's actually gonna win, right? Say that she's gonna try to take back her turn with a heavy punch. Again, because of the startup, because of the frame data, because of the hitbox, it stuffs Viper heavy punch on startup, right? Let's say that Viper have like gonna try to delay that heavy punch. Like the best option that you can do is delay heavy, right? If she delayed heavy, she's getting the punish counter, right? But if she delayed heavy, this means that he simply can obviously walk back and get a whiff punish on her. So just this normal puts a tremendous amount of mental stack on the opponent. But you know what's actually sick about it? It also frame traps. And you know what it frame traps into? It frame traps into outplayed, this fireball. It frame traps into it. So she can't interrupt. This probably means that this is pretty much like free ship, right? Which is actually insane. Remember, this is a fireball that if it happens to counter it knocks down and he gets that sort of okay, right? And you know what's actually hilarious? Even if Viper has a read here, he gets to DI back. So this sequence is actually incredibly strong. Like his crouching medium punch alone does so much work for Terry. It's actually kind of hilarious. What I found to be really fascinating about Terry is that most of the roster are gonna have like the heavy, like the Shoto heavy bunch. And we all talked about how Terry lacks the Shoto heavy bunch. And instead of giving him the Shoto heavy bunch, Capcom gave him the most broken mediums in the game. Like standing medium kick is broken, standing medium punch is broken, crouching medium kick is broken. Oh my god. And obviously crouching medium punch, which is the best in the game. For me, his crouching medium punch, it's also one of the longest, by the way. I think it's him and Bison who have like the longest crouching medium punches as well, which is actually kind of nutty, right? So all of this means that Terry now have a very strong this range, like very strong mid-range presence, because he have good walk speed, he have a fireball without much hurtbox extensions that knocks down, he have disjointed normals, he have normals that move him forward, he have normals that can be very rewarding if they happen to counter hit. And don't forget something very important. If you're from this range, he has the jump scare of the burn knuckle. So now Terry's neutral is actually very, very good. Another one thing about Terry that's kind of underrated is his uppercut. One of the things about Terry is his uppercut goes very little, especially like the light DP. It goes very little forward, mostly upwards. So it's actually kind of harder to cross up Terry. Man, that stick drift, that PS5 bad stick drift is gonna kill me, dude. Right? So yeah, it is kind of difficult. Oh my god! He goes directly upwards more than the other Shotos, so it's kind of hard to jump over him as well. You have one of the better anti-air TPs in the game, right? So that is really, really, really cool, right? He's pretty much effective at all range, and if you're a little bit further than that, you have this. He pretty much have a my OD fan where he doesn't even have to drive rush and he have massive plus frames, and if you happen to get the hit, he got you there. And obviously it goes without saying that Terry's corner carry is one of the best, and obviously his cash out supers is one of the very best as well. Another thing I want to mention quickly is his target combo, because I talked about the standing heavy punch for so long that I really need to talk about it. The effectiveness of this target combo depends a lot on the matchup. If the character doesn't have a fast invincible reversal, this target combo becomes very annoying to deal with, because remember, Terry have one of the strongest crouching medium kicks in the game. So his crouching medium kick is very long. If this happens to land, he gets a hit confirm, now you're in the corner, but if it got blocked, obviously it's unsafe, right? It's minus 16, but he can special cancel it. So say that you're gonna try to take back your turn with like a crouching jab. Sometimes this happen, you can't even challenge it with a crouching normal. You gotta be careful. But the thing is, he can drive rush cancel this into jab, and it's gonna frame trap you. Now, what's super strong about this is, as you can see, he was like plus 10 here. So he actually gets like a combo like that, or he can simply go for the crouching medium punch route, right? Go for the grab, and although like you can say that yes, this was expensive, yes, he spends the 3 bars, but he already got like 2 of them back. Like, let me show you like how much drive he gains by the end of that combo. So yeah, I am now in Viper's face, I am point blank, I got her to the corner, and I got 1 bar back already and some change. So that makes this move a tremendous nuisance. Like, if I'm playing a character like Viper, it is so obnoxious, because with Viper, I don't want to burn my level 1, because if I do, I'm not building bar, but at the same time, I don't have any legitimate challenge to it, and if you happen to get the confirm, I'm in the corner. It is so oppressive against characters without like an OD reversal. So this move is very, very good, depending on the matchup, against characters like Viper, against Terry, against Ed that have a slow reversal, against Bison. It's very, very good depending on the matchup, right? Feels like something that I had to mention. Another thing about Terry that obviously we can't not talk about is his burnout pressure, right? And this is something that is really common with all of the top tiers. His crack shoots become loss on block in Burnout, so obviously he gets like the Burnout loop, which, I mean, obviously is very, very good. If you're watching any high level play, you have seen it, it is very oppressive, and obviously you're getting wall splatted into a ton of damage. So Terry is just a beast right now. His neutral is a beast, his knockdowns are beast, his pressure is a beast, his anti-air is top of the class, his burnout pressure is top of the class. He only lacks like the Shoto heavy punch, and he made up for it by having probably the best footsies fireball in the game. Like nothing comes close to being as good as this power wave, and simply having amazing normals. That crouching media punch alone is doing so much heavy lifting for Terry. And that's about it. What are your thoughts on Terry? Personally, I wish that they focused on more unique elements. Like I wish this was more useful, because it's truly like the most unique thing about Terry. He became strong in a very Street Fighter 6 fashion, but at the end of the day, I mean, he have like really fun combos, and I love Terry, so I don't mind it. He has the best theme song in the game as well. What are your thoughts on Terry so far? Do you think he's really strong? Would you expect to see buffs or nerfs for Terry? Do you think he's one of the better Shotos in the game right now? Do you think the regular Shotos are better? I would love to hear your thoughts all about it in the comment section below. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter, and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.